All right, welcome back to the shop. And today, this particular video is for Tim, the builder in Fort Lauderdale. He was really nice and asked me to come look at a job for him. He's doing a beautiful house down on the water in Fort Lauderdale. It has a 20-foot tall, double-sided feature wall with a 6-inch edge. And he said, can you do that seamlessly? And I was like, yeah, we could. I mean, the owner wanted some cobalt blue or maybe sapphire blue marble with white veining, white fracture veining, and I said, yeah, we can certainly get something really, really close, if not exactly like that. But in order to do the real stone, it'd be like 7,000 pounds, 8 slabs, unbelievable amount of weight that high up on the wall. How do you do that? How do you get it in the door? And plus, you can't get a slab that's 20 feet tall anyway. It's not going to happen. Much less shipping. So I wanted to go over a lot of the features on how would you mount a large scale format slab, because you see the large format porcelains, you see the large format granite and marble slabs. We already know about that. I'm going to show you how this installation wise blows everybody away. It's insane. So we'll start with the easiest one, or everybody's seen the flexible panel by now. If you've watched this channel at all, you've seen it. It's 1/8 inch thick. It's flexible. We know that. We know it's durable. We've hit it with hammers. You know, it's not going to break. It's not going to break. Didn't even dent really. So, but when you got to wrap it around, say you want the edges or so forth, and you're going to put it on the wall. When you put a non-porous substrate against a non-porous substrate, such on a boat, like I do boats. If you're putting it against fiberglass, or you're putting it against another type of plastic, you're going to have a specialty polymer. You have to have a specialty adhesive. They're a little bit more costly, but they're worth it. It's worth every bit. Otherwise, it won't work. I have stuck 2 non-porous substrates together with a standard water-based adhesive, but it took like 3 or 4 days to dry. So can it be done? Yeah. Should it be done? Probably not. Just use the right stuff. So the other thing is, when you're putting this on, you're going to go around the corner. You can 45. You can put this on a table saw or a miter saw, and you can cut a 45 or a track saw. I don't have a Festool. I just made one out of myself. But you can put a 45 on it, and you can put it together, and they're really tight. And so you can glue it to the wall. Or if this is going to be in a boat or an office setting, and you wanted some really cool ceiling panels, this is light enough that you can use Velcro, or you can use the snaps, or they can actually fit on a lower hung, what do you call that? The hanging ceiling, suspended ceiling. You can do that too, with ceiling tiles. But these ceiling tiles can be this size. They can be massive. Like that doesn't weigh hardly anything, right? So when you're cutting, you can cut. I don't really like to cut the 45 on the small one, on just the panel itself. I like to put the 45, I like to put the panel on either an 1/8 inch sheet of bendy plywood or birch or something like that, or in this case it's a 1/2 inch. So you can see that the panel itself is white, and then we've got the 1/2 inch plywood. We've cut the inside. This will be for an outside corner, and it is butter smooth. No chipping on the edge. That's just basic saw. And then we did the inside corner here, and it's great. You don't even have to, it's so tight you don't even really have to have any caulk or glue, but you do it anyway, but you don't have to. I like to do it that way. Another option for mounting, or the profiles, we're talking about the profiles, you can have the edge just roll over like this, so it looks like it's a 1/2 inch thick, when in actuality I just frame this out with 2 inches, so we can hang it with a French cleat on the wall, and that way we can put stereo wires or even lighting back here, and it can just shine right through. So it can be illuminated depending on obviously the colors you choose. You can do that. That's one. And then this one I did when I was just playing around, because when you go into the shower, some of these one-hit wonders in Airstreams, boats, sailboats mainly, a lot of sailboats, even the older yachts, or the newer yachts too. The bathrooms, they're one single piece of fiberglass has been molded and put into the boat before they put the deck in, right? So what do you do with that? Well, okay. And they got those bent corners in here. Now, once it's in, you glue it in. This is one seamless piece. The veining matches exactly where it goes, and you don't have to worry about that. Not bad. You can do the same thing for the outside corner as you can do the inside corner. And with this, I mean, when's the last time you saw, let's see, this is what, 30 inches by 76 inches, where you could pick it up and play with it, move it, put it in your truck, whatever. But when you go to the box stores and you get a single slab, 4x8, 5x10, whatever one, you only have 6 choices, maybe 7 to choose from. So you have to choose what they tell you you're going to be using versus what you designed if you're a designer. And then before it comes off the slab, before it comes off the lot, you're going to have to sign a disclaimer that if it cracks, chips, if John, Joe, or Jose break it, whatever, you're going to buy a new one. Not mine. They can throw it in the truck, wrap it in cellophane, throw it in the truck, and haul butt. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff happening, and I don't charge you for it. If you're doing a countertop, you got to have 3 or 4 or 5 guys pick up the countertop. If it's an island, say it's a big 5 foot by 8 foot island, you have 9 guys pick that thing up and hope it doesn't break, because you've seen the video. You've all seen the video online, I'm sure. Well, here's a countertop. Let's say you got the island, like this is the island. Let's say I've got the whole thing. I'll make the whole thing and pop it right down, stick it in, score it. I'm done. I just glue it down. One guy. You can cut this with any 18 volt, or I use M12s, multi-tool, router, regular saw, doesn't really matter. But the other benefits of this is, let's say you wanted this particular design, but you wanted some turquoise in it. Okay, I can do that. If you were a designer or a builder and you designed the perfect plan for your client, and it's in your head and it's on your paper and they love it, now what do you have to do? You have to go source it. And so you're going to be driving and driving and driving and looking and looking and looking and looking, killing and wasting your time, burning hour after hour after hour, not finding what you want because you invented it. It's in your head. Well, why not design something, send it to me and say, I need 20% turquoise, 30% red, and 2% gold, and whatever else is whatever else. All right, fine. Come into the shop with me. We'll design it ourselves. We'll do the samples ourselves until you get exactly what you want. Bingo, that's what we do. You can't do that anywhere else. Then, since you only have 6 or 7 or 8 choices of slabs, of porcelain slabs to choose from, you're going to be doing what they tell you you can do, not what you want to do. I've got about 250,000 choices just to start from, and then we can augment them from there. That's another one. So we talked about installation. I can install an entire bathroom just by myself in half a day, when it's going to take tile guys 2 to 3, maybe 5 days. I'm done. I'm on my 3rd or 4th one. So if you got multifamily, you need things done really fast in a hurry, stylistically, is that a word? I guess it's a word now. With good design, fair price, and time is money when you're building, because that interest is kicking all the time. So we got that. The weight, we've already talked about the weight. The weight of this is about a pound and a quarter, pound and a third per square foot, as opposed to 13 pounds for solid stone. But if you can do a 2 cm or 1 cm stone. It's a no-brainer when you're doing a vertical application. Why would you go that route? And then you're going to pay $85, $95, $120 a square foot just for the stone. And then you're going to pay 10, 15, or 20, depending on where you go. Then you have to pay for the fabrication, and they're always going to have 2 or 3 guys. And then 20 to 30% of it's going to be on the ground, and you paid full price for what's wasted. You don't do that with here. You tell me you need a 20, like Tim needs a 20 foot by 6 foot wide piece, I'm going to make it 20 feet, 1.5 inches long, 6 feet, 1.5 inches wide, and then we're going to fit it to the wall and we're going to trim it off. We got butkus for waste, zero waste. So when you or your client pay for something here, they pay for what they get. There's nothing left over. We don't have that here. So the benefits far outweigh that. We beat everybody in design. We beat everybody in installation speed and accuracy. We have unlimited design skill sets. I mean, there's nothing we can't make. And if you can think about it, we can get it done. Last, all you gotta do is make the phone call.